Greetings from 2K Sports. Welcome to our Wednesday night coverage of the NBA. Moments away, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. Here with Grant Hill, Doris Burke, and Ali LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And joining us at the broadcast table tonight, our very special guest, Shams Charania. Great to have you with us, Shams.
Great to be here, BA. Great to be here with you guys. I very much look forward to this.
We'll see if you say that when you're done with us here. And Shams, the Rockets had been content to build around their young core. What changed, though, to make the KD trade appealing?
For one, the price. They really didn't have to give up much of their value core to get KD, and he gives them that scoring punch they so desperately needed. And this is a Rockets team that's focusing more on trying to win a championship this season.
And maybe more importantly, KD seems like he wants to be there.
He wants to be there. He wants to retire a Houston Rocket.
So the Houston starting five. Steven Adams out there with Alperen Şengün. Then there's Kevin Durant, then it's Thompson, and it's Smith in at the three, the small forward. And for the Raptors, Barnes is the four with Pirtle in the middle. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel Quickley. And it's Barrett in at the three. Here we go. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Barnes against Şengün. Barnes with a screen on Thompson. Quickly drives in. Here's Barnes, and a changeover in the front office for the Raptors this summer, Shams.
Yeah, major change. We're seeing a shift in ownership as well this summer, and the outgoing front office brass has an NBA title as well as an Executive of the Year award. Apparently that was not enough to hold off the pink slip. Pretty big changes coming with the Raptors over the last year.
Yeah, let's see if we, the North, will be relevant again soon. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Boy, Kevin Durant puts it on the deck, able to navigate and get to the cup.
Ingram with the ball. Durant covering. The shot by Ingram, no good. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for Houston. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Brooklyn.
And I love the aggressiveness they showed at the start of that game. They were really ready to attack the rim.
You know, typically when you go that hard to the rack, you can make a living at the charity stripe, and that's exactly what happened.
The Rockets have gone 1 for 3 so far. The three from Thompson. Pirtle grabs the miss. Down low. Barnes passes to Barrett. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
So often the outcome of a game is dictated in the first quarter of a game. This is a tough start.
And we're seeing teams these days applying more early ball pressure. Why is that tactic gaining steam, Sean?
Well, pressure is always going to provide a level of stress, and so it's a way to wear your opponents down, force them to operate deeper into the shot clock, and really it's a way for teams to leverage their length, their depth, their athleticism. You are seeing it used in different strategies.
Shepard, he's checked in for Thompson. Here's Ingram, 5 to shoot. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. To the paint, here's Shepard. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's gonna go on Emmanuel Quickley.
Yeah, when I watch Reed Shepard play, I'm sometimes reminded of John Stockton. The type of handle and the way he goes to the cup, quicker and more athletic than he appears. You know, I know that's big shoes to fill, but I just like the similarities and the intensity.
This is a guy who will happily go to the line if that's what the defense wants to give him.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. To the inside. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Jabari Smith. And Shams, you're on TV probably more than ever. Is that challenging? I mean, how often do you have to shave every day?
Yeah, BA, I always got to be camera ready. And in season, particularly with the Luka Doncic trade, that happened so late at night that I knew at 11 p.m. Central Time I had to be ready. And for me, of course, interacting with my sources and getting information is one thing, but being TV ready, being ready to be on camera, it keeps me busier than ever. I know I have to be ready 24/7, 365.
You always look good, Shams. You're always ready for TV, man.
BA, I'm just trying to be like you, man.
Barnes, no good. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Durant's shot is off. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 2. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
Honestly, they were just outclassed in that one. We thought it would be a tough night for them, and it was.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move, like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And the Rockets making a change here. Easton's checked in.
2 fouls for him already. If he's not more careful, his minutes will be curtailed.
It's interesting, Shams, that Commissioner Silver said injuries in the 2025 playoffs were the second lowest in a decade, but big injuries, Achilles injuries to Tatum and Lillard and Halliburton. It didn't feel that way.
No, and it's really unfortunate. Those are some really serious injuries to some seriously important players in the NBA, and given the gravity of that, it's clearly an issue that goes beyond the playoffs. I'm told the league is continuing to gather the data. Of course, player health is in everyone's best interest of the league. Adam Silver, they're paying a very close eye to this.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player, he said, quote, "As a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters." Guys, back to you.
Playing with purpose. Allie, appreciate the report. And that one's good. Quickly.
Absolutely no hesitation from Quickly on the range shot right there. What confidence.
Outside Durant. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
And with the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
We have a dancer.
Changes for Toronto. Dick comes in for Scotty Barnes. Shed comes in for Quickly. Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Holiday comes in for Durant. Pass to Shed. Here's Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, I know he doesn't have to get too high to slam it home, but it doesn't take away from the force and the message sent on the dunk.
Houston has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Outside Holiday. Here's Easton. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Now here's Dick. Outside Barrett. 6 to shoot. Pirtle with a screen on Easton. Toronto needs to get off a shot here. The putback. Easton pulls it in. Houston leading by 3. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And it's Shepherd missing. Outside Barrett. Pass to Pirtle. Now here's Ingram. 14 points for him last game against San Antonio. Back to Pirtle. It's tipped. And he converts the layup.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Rockets on top, up 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Shepard is out there with Josh Okogie. Then there's Alperon Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4. And one thing you can say about today's NBA, Shams, it keeps you guessing.
Oh, does it? I mean, this is an era of wide-open competition. We've seen the flattening of the lottery odds, the big comebacks, especially in the playoffs this past year, a different champion each season. These are exciting times to be sure, and I think continuingly with this collective bargaining agreement, we're going to see more and more parity in the league.
And a year-round news cycle, which is good for you.
I'll be ready, BA. You know this is much more fun for me.
Well, heads-up play from Okogie. Got to be shot ready on the catch. He was more than up to the task.
Toronto passing it around. He gets it in there.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Here's Shepard. He picked up 15 in their last win against Brooklyn. Okogie on the wing. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great finish by Şengün. I love when he goes up with power.
Third foul in the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
And Houston making a change here. Crawford's checked in.
Substitution on the court.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Shams, with younger teams like OKC taking the reins, new stars for fans to get acquainted with. Any concern there for the league?
You know, BA, I think the parity in all these young up-and-coming players is good, and it would probably be more of a concern if these young teams weren't as formidable. But listen, stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, they have had their heyday. You want to see that next generation of players ready to carry the mantle, whether that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, the list goes on.
He's checked in for Crawford. And a busy summer for trade, Shams. What went into that frenzy of activity?
BA, only the Nets had significant cap space, so that meant it was going to be a lot of trades, not a ton of free agent movement. Also, with a much greater level of parity, the East is wide open, and teams are really sensing there's a chance here to go for it. We saw that with the Desmond Bane trade in Orlando.
You feel like we may go on the same kind of roll next summer?
Yeah, I think next summer there'll be much more free agent movement. There's going to be about 10 to 12 teams with significant cap space in the summer of 2026.
Shams, you got to get all your cell phones charged up, baby.
They're ready.
To the middle. Bobo gets the bucket.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Shepard. Pass to Finney Smith. The three. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for their matchup with the Hawks, that one's going to be game number 9 of the year for them. Really starting to get towards the meat of things by then.
Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Mobo. The Rockets lead by 4. Stolen by Quickly. And now the Raptors on the break. And that one is stuffed right through.
All right, Scotty Barnes showing us you want to be in the dunk contest, young sir.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Here's Şengün. Houston with another miss. The Raptors have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
How about Scotty Barnes, guys? The 4th pick in his draft class, a guy who proved from the outset he was going to be reliable, efficient, versatile, and a two-way player. Pretty impressive stuff.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Brian, back to you.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie.
Dorian Finney-Smith using that athleticism, the size, the length, the rim touch to go through contact. Nicely done.
Now here's Ingram. No made baskets yet.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And here's Shepherd for 3. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Quickly from outside. That one's good on the sweet setup by Ingram. Quickly's got 10.
Great pass and Quickly makes great use of it.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. For the Rockets. Steven Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith comes in for Finney-Smith. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Shepherd. And it's Amin Thompson in for Davison. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Houston. It's off to Boston after this one, where they will face the Celtics. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road.
Well, you see Thompson's explosion there. I mean, just an insanely quick first step. All the defender can do is bump him.
Now here's Barrett. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Quickly. And he jams it home with authority.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Well, we know you got to get going. But thanks, Shams. As always, it's been fun and informative, my friend.
BA, no problem. Always glad to join, but I got to go. I got to get to this newsletter.
Man's got things to do.
A guy who's really in the know, and as somebody who prides themselves on doing research, boy, you have got to respect the legwork and the dedication he brings to the table.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
For Toronto, they've gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. Barrett against Eason. Now here's Barrett. He's covered closely. Kicks it to Quickly. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
Smith finds Eason. Smith outside. This one for 3. And there's Thompson on the assist by Smith. Now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. 12 seconds left in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. That one no good. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Rockets ahead, leading by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Taking a look at Houston, this is when it starts to get real. You pass the opening night energy, and you're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Rockets.
I like what they're doing. Playing with physicality, they've worked hard to gain the edge in areas like rebounding.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Emmanuel Quickly with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But Grant, that can leave the team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
In it forward, it's Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Brandon Ingram, and it's Pirtle in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Doris, you really got to love Scotty Barnes' infectious positive attitude.
BA, those players that bring joy every single night to their craft, it absolutely permeates the rest of the roster. Not only is Scotty incredibly talented on both ends of the floor, but he's all about team and he's trying to win. And those attributes absolutely affect the guys around him.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Emmanuel Quickly in a rhythm right now, and he is absolutely a tough cover.
Durant, pass to Thompson. Here's Şengün. Three-pointer, no good. Raptors trail by 8. Pass to Ingram. Back to Barnes. Ingram against Durant. Now here's Ingram. He's closely guarded. They recover it.
It's pretty hard to shoot over a 9-foot standing reach. KD, send him back.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Please give a big round of applause for your Raptors, Houston.
And looking at second chance points last year, here were the teams that did the most damage on the offensive glass. Number 1, Houston.
And it was just great watching them be so assertive on the offensive glass. This is a team that trusted in their ability to keep possessions alive last season.
Thompson, no good.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Outside Barnes, beyond the arc. The Rockets pull it in. They've led by as much as 10. The Raptors have a really interesting core, Doris. What do you think about it?
Well, obviously they are loaded with young, talented wings. Scotty Barnes, good scorer, excellent rebounder. R.J. Barrett, a little bit streaky as a shooter, but a dynamic scorer. And Brandon Ingram now, still all in their 20s. So which of these players really pops as their consistent star?
And so here is Toronto after the basket by Houston. The shot by Ingram, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
A nice shot by Smith.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Barnes passes to Pirtle, quickly outside. Barnes with a screen on Thompson. The 3 from Quickly. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. He takes it in. Thompson passes to Adams. Back to Thompson. From deep three-point range. The shot off that time.
I'm still a bit confused as to why he shot it from that distance.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Dick, he's checked in for Toronto. Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Houston shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Barnes, no good.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
We understand he's the leader of this offense. They look to get him the ball every chance they get.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd. Inside, here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Listen, we know Grady Dick is looking to shoot the basketball, but show him a better option, and he goes on time and on target.
KD gets a step, and it's slammed in by Durant.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
A first-round pick in 2023. Grady Dick took a huge step forward in year 2, Doris.
Oh, he sure did, B.A. Nearly doubles his scoring average. And I think you can trace that directly to the conditioning that he put in the offseason. It shocks a lot of guys when they are early in their career how much conditioning it takes to endure the length of an NBA season. And Grady put in the work.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 14-point game. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Quickly outside. Kicks it out to Barrett. Outside Dick launches it. Gets the 3 to fall. Dick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Here's Shepard. Thompson right side. Here's the 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, he went into the locker room with 1 3 to his credit, and he's still looking here for number 2.
Barrett can't hit. The Rockets lead by 11. Pass to Thompson. The 3 is up. Nails it from beyond the arc. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
1 this half, 2 for the game. Staying active from beyond the arc.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Quickly from outside. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
Boy, despite his efficiency, they just can't get over the hump.
Outside Durant. There's the 3. And Houston, another 3.
The answer from Kevin Durant, not having any of it.
Outside Dick. That shot, no good.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Up big because of their three-point shooting. Just going to town from downtown tonight. We'll be right back after this word. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Raptors trail by 14. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Shepard. Then there's Alperen Sengun. And it's Tate in at the 2.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Sengun. It's rebounded by Dick. And for Toronto, they're shooting 40% from the field in this one. And that one's good. Ingram's gotten his first bucket of the night.
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Here's Sengun. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Holiday's checked in for Houston. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Now here's Dick. From outside, off the mark.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Right wing. Here's Eason. Good, and the assist goes to Sengun. And the Rockets lead by 18.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Toronto. Durant, he's checked in for the Rockets. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Out to the right wing. Here's Mobo. That one goes in.
Well, Jakob Poeltl is an excellent passer for a big man. Just a really nuanced feel.
Houston leading by 16. To the left wing. Down low. Here's Şengün. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Shed sends it home from three-point land.
My goodness, that's just too clean a look. He takes full advantage.
Durant, the pass to Eason. And there's Şengün on the assist from Eason. Eason's got his 4th assist in this one.
Just a menace around the bucket. Şengün is so hard to stop down low.
And there's the call on Tari Eason. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. And some changes here for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes checked in for Mobo. Barrett comes in for Dick. And Emmanuel quickly subbed in for Shed. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Thompson's checked in.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
To the paint. Here's Finney Smith. Misses from close range. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Trailing by 17. On the wing, Finney Smith. Back to Thompson. Houston working the ball around. From 13. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. From the elbow, buries the jump shot.
See the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
Şengün cashes in from 18.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
So for the Rockets, Steven Adams comes in for Finney Smith. And it's Jabari Smith in for Eason. Poeltl. And yes, sir, in stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Poeltl knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
The 3 ball is down.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Barrett after Houston's 3-pointer on the other end. Shot clock at 6. Down it goes.
Yeah, there's a determination and sheer force of will that R.J. Barrett plays with. He feels contact and he loves it.
After being drafted by the Knicks with the 3rd pick in 2019, we're seeing some nice improvement from R.J. Barrett, Doris.
We are, BA, and when he moved from New York to Toronto, there's 2 areas that really pop for me in terms of improvement. Playmaking. His assist numbers took a massive leap. And the other area, maybe the most needed, was his efficiency. He's a better shooter now from both 2- and 3-point range.
And Toronto calls time here. There's 1:59 left to play in the 4th. One of our featured players tonight earns our Player of the Game award, Alperen Şengün.
Defensively, they were not prepared for his inside game. They were not able to deny him the ball, and once he got it, he was so quick and able to get to work. Just a masterful performance in the paint tonight.
I'll tell you, this is the kind of game you love to have from your role players. Putting up big numbers, filling in the gaps, and supporting your squad out on the road. Barnes. Oh, the long ball, no good. And so Thompson will bring it up for Houston. 18 points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Durant. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Durant's got 11 points here in the second half. The Raptors have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. Durant against Ingram. Back to Barrett. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Rockets.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what would be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Alperen Şengün.
Boy, he was really aggressive going after missed shots. That's how you win on the margins and have your team control the pace of a game.
So Toronto ends up going with a new group. The Rockets lead by 19. Durant with the big finish.
Kevin Durant has absorbed a big-time scoring role everywhere he's been. This guy is so special offensively.
And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. For 3, Capella with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Finney Smith passes to Eason, and the shot's good.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to Barrett. Kicks it out to Barnes. To the middle. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist from Barnes.
That's a nice read from Scotty Barnes. This guy understands how and when to deliver the basketball.
Outside Finney Smith. The three-pointer off the mark. Barnes feeling it out a bit. And that one's good. Ingram. And here's Shepherd for 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Alperen Şengün.